All right. Hello, everyone, and good morning. It's so wonderful to have you all with me today. I am Kosila, your host for today's webinar, Three Key Prompting Strategies for ChatGPT. Okay, so I hope everyone is, I can see that a lot of you have already joined before it was even 10:30. So I just want to say thank you for the eagerness, okay? So I just hope everyone has your favorite coffee, tea, or energy drink by your side because I will be leading your focus at 120% for the next 1 hour, okay? So, and I can also tell that this session is going to be pretty packed with value, especially for those who are looking to ease their workloads with ChatGPT, okay? So before we get started, I would just like to go over a few housekeeping rules. The first one is that I would like everyone to scan the QR code that is being displayed on the screen right now. This is so that my team can later email you the e-cert for your attendance. So just key in all your details. I will give you a bit of time. Just key in all the details that is necessary. And then once you click submit, my team will be able to track your attendance so that we can email you the e-cert for the attendance, okay? For the ones who just joined in, hi, hello, welcome. I just want everyone to scan the QR code that is being displayed on the screen right now so that we could track the attendance and we can email it to you later. So if you do not scan, if you do not fill in the details in the form, we would not know that you were here and we will not be able to email you the e-cert, okay? Okay, while you are also filling in the details, let me just continue, okay? So I hope everyone is aware that this webinar is being recorded and later on we will upload this in our YouTube channel at Infosyte Sdn Bhd. And besides the e-cert of the attendance, we will also email the YouTube link along with the slides that will be used by our guest speaker later, okay? And as for the interaction part, please, everyone, feel free to either react with emojis or comment in the comments your maybe questions or any statements that you have or anything, okay? And towards the end, we will be taking a group photo. So I hope it's a big heads up for everyone to just, keep your camera or webcam on standby. And if you're unable to do so, it's totally fine as well, because I understand because you are probably in an environment that doesn't allow you to do so. So don't worry about it. If you can, I would encourage you all to do so, okay? So I would like to just go over a bit of the objective of this webinar. So we just want to discuss what is LLM, large language model, and we want to understand the key concepts of using this LLM. And I hope everyone has already scanned, and if you haven't scanned the QR code for your registration, for your attendance, please go ahead, do so. Just remember, if you do not if you do not scan and fill in your details, we will not be able to keep a track record of your presence being here in this webinar, yeah? Okay, I guess I can move on to the next part of this session. So I would like to move on to do a bit of ice breaking because I have told you all about me. How about you all? I would like to get to know all of you. So please do let me know, how did you find out about this webinar? Is it by social media, or did your colleagues probably told you about this and then they wanted you to um, join along with them? Just let me know in the comment section and I'll just go over there right now. Okay, Andrea's shy. You found out us from Facebook. Okay, that's nice. How about the others? Email subscription from Infosyte. Okay. Social media, email, colleague. All right, nice, nice. I see bunch of various different ways that you guys found out about us. That's great. Email. Okay. Colleague, Facebook. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so now that I know where you all found out about Infosyte, how about what motivated you to join this webinar? because it's a Friday morning. It's just very nice to see everyone here today. Were you interested in the ChatGPT topic? Was that what motivated you to join, or was it because I mean, last time in one of the previous webinars, someone said that their boss kind of forced them to join this. So are you also in the same situation as well? Or was it because you were actually like, personally interested to know about this topic? Okay, Rosniza said that um, you like it because it's a short course. Yes, yes, it is. At Infosyte, we usually have it as we do it as a 1 day training course as well. Ganesh said eager to learn about ChatGPT. Okay, all right. So I see each of you have your own different motivation that got you to join us. Okay, all right, that's great. So now I would like to know how familiar are you all with using ChatGPT? Because I feel like some of you use it either in your personal life or maybe in your workplace, right? So if you are using in your workplace, let me know which department you're from as well, because I feel like ChatGPT is not particularly curated to one department only. So I'm curious to know which department are you from and if you're currently using it in your workplace or your personal life. Oh, HRDM. Okay. So I'm supposing it's in your workplace. Okay. Oh, HR. Okay. Feel like plenty of you are from HR. How about other departments? Anyone else from other departments? Well, I'm personally using it in from my marketing department. It's very, very important. Oh, marketing as well. Okay, same, same. I'm using it for marketing as well. Okay, Pavitran is from IT. Rajesh Shuryani is from quality department, digitalization department. I use both for personal and work. Wow. So as we can see, each of us are using it in many different ways in our life right now. Every day. Oh, wow. There's a lot of comments coming in. That's great, guys. Keep it coming. Every day, reply boss email, IT department, corporate department, school assignments. School assignments. Okay. So I'm guessing it's for university purpose. Okay, so we can see a lot of uses for ChatGPT in our daily life right now. Okay, so that's great, everyone. I hope this webinar is beneficial to you all. Okay, so I would like to move on to talk a bit about this specific scholarship that is offered by Yayasan Peneraju. I hope I'm not sure whether everyone is aware about it. So let's talk about a little bit about it. So Yayasan Peneraju is a scholarship that is offered for the Bumi Putras age 16 and above to upskill themselves. So in this case, Infosyte is an approved learning and training institution that is offering this scholarship as well. So if you want to know more about this scholarship by Yayasan Peneraju, you can stay tuned for our TikTok live at 12 p.m. And later, Nisa will send the link in the comment section. So if you're interested, if you want to know more, please do join us over there, okay? You can ask any questions that you have. And as for our webinar special promo that we are running, it's called Buy Now, Attend Later. So if you are able to lock your seat right now, you'll be able to attend later any days that you want. It is for AWS Cloud Practitioner Essentials and also for a generative AI course. And it's priced at 988 ringgit each. So, and it's also including exam, okay? The pricing is also including exam for either one of the course, AWS Cloud Practitioner Essential or Generative AI course. You can choose either one whether if you want to attend. If you are interested, please do WhatsApp us. Our number is right there on the screen, okay? All right. Okay. I would just like to give a bit of reminder. After the presentation, there will be a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat box. Later on, we will discuss them, okay? And now I would like to introduce our guest speaker slash trainer, okay? Our speaker for today is a certified powerhouse in the AI world. And everyone, let's welcome our star of the show, Miss Gabby. She is Infosyte's very own AWS authorized instructor and proudly recognized as an AAI champion. Okay, at Infosyte, she's known for transforming even the most complex tech concepts into real world career changing skills. Okay, Miss Gabby, good morning. Are you there?
Yes, Kosila, I'm here.
Ooh, can you? I feel like your voice is a bit soft, or is it just my volume?
How about now?
Okay, it was my volume button. Sorry. You're good. You're good. I can hear you clearly. How are you doing, Miss Gabby?
Good, thank you, Kosila. How about you? All good?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Seeing everyone pumped up for this webinar, I'm feeling even more energized actually. So it's
Oh,
just want to say that's wonderful to have you with us today. So without further ado, Miss Gabby, the mic is all yours.
thank you, Kosila. Right, and hi everyone. Good morning. So it's really nice to have everyone here in the session. Yeah. My name is KB. You can just call me KB or Gab. I'm 5'4". So now maybe let me just share my screen. Yeah, and let's start our session. So Kosila, can you please help check if the screen is visible?
Yeah, yeah, I can
Yeah.
see all good.
All right. Thank you, Kosila. Okay, so everyone, today our sessions, right, we'll be introducing you about some prompting strategy because we are using ChatGPT every day. I believe that everyone is using, ChatGPT or maybe other large language model as well, like Gemini or maybe Google AI Studio. So there are so many LLM out there, yeah. But ChatGPT, I think, still the more common one. Okay, so that's why today I'm going to share you some tips on how you can get a more specific responses from the ChatGPT. Yeah, of course we do not want general response. We want to have a more specific and some responses that um, fulfill our requirement, right? The better. So now let's get started. Maybe before we go into the strategy, right? So may I check if anyone know when was the first chatbot introduced? Because ChatGPT is a kind of chatbot, right? You talk to it and then it will respond to you. You can even consult. Let's say you don't know how to deal with people. You can even ask ChatGPT as well for some opinion so that they will tell you how you should do so that you can, work with people better, things like that. You can just talk to the ChatGPT like a friend, right? Consultant, teacher, right? So you can, yeah. But the thing is that anyone know before ChatGPT coming out, right? When what's the first chatbot? I mean, anyone know the name? Okay,
Uh,
so
there's someone in the comment section. They said 1966.
okay, that's great, Raja. Yeah, so 19, yes, Eliza, exactly. Yeah, so wow, it's good. Yeah, so exactly everyone you can see that like what Raja mentioned. So Eliza from 1966, this is actually the very first chatbot in the world. Yeah, so but of course, if we compare its capability to our ChatGPT today, right? Cannot compare. But it's already, very good that we can have like this kind of chatbot back in 1966. It's kind of, around the time when we have our, Independence Day, Malaysia Day as well. Yeah, see how early it is, right, to have this kind of, chatbot in the world. Yeah, so and maybe if you watch the drama series Young Sheldon, I'm not sure whether you watched it before or not. See this Young Sheldon also. Actually, I learned it from this young guy though. So he's actually communicating with the Eliza, for some opinion, things like that. So if you're interested, you can also, have a look at this drama series as well. It's quite interesting to see it. Okay, yeah. So this fun fact about the chatbot. And then as we know that ChatGPT was actually introduced in the year of 2018. 2018. So this was, the time when it got introduced. But of course, GPT version 1, version 2, they're not open to the public at the moment. Yeah, but only like in a recent year, 2022, the ChatGPT version 3, it's been introduced like to be used by the public. So that's why that time, you see now everyone started to use GPT and to do homework, to do anything they want to do. So this is when we started to have like the public version of the GPT. Yeah. And now I think the latest version is like we already come to the version 5 already. We have ChatGPT 5. Right. So if you subscribe, you can get this GPT 5. Yeah, which is according to them more powerful, right? More precise in terms of the answer. And then one of the very interesting thing is that they even show you the thinking process of the ChatGPT before they come up with the final answer for you. So they are actually trying to do something like they say transparency. They want you to know what is the process in the back end, that come up with the answer for you, right? So that you know how this answer is being derived. So you can try that. Okay, you can maybe subscribe for a month and you test it out. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting to know that. Okay, and then so ChatGPT is a kind of as we say, large language model, LLM. So you must heard of LLM before, right? So ChatGPT is one of the example of a popular LLM. So aside from ChatGPT, we also have the one from Google, like Gemini. We have Copilot. We have a lot others LLM as well, right? So this kind of LLM, there will be this large language model. It's a kind of AI model that people has trained it with a lot of domain knowledge. So that means now if I draw you a diagram, right? Imagine that this is our ChatGPT model, right? ChatGPT model. So before the ChatGPT can respond all kind of things to you, right? So of course, ChatGPT must be trained with a lot of information. So the people who own ChatGPT, like OpenAI, they were gonna train this ChatGPT with a lot of domain-specific information. For example, they're gonna train ChatGPT with some finance information. Okay, and aside from finance, ChatGPT will also be trained with like some entertainment information as well, entertainment, music, art, education, right, and many more, right? So the key point that I want to tell you here is that the ChatGPT basically is like it's like someone who know everything because the people who own it try to train it with lots of the information from different domain. So that's why even some of us, we are working as HR. Some of us, we are working in a marketing department. We are working in production. We are working in finance. So no matter what kind of question we ask ChatGPT, right, they'll be able to answer us as well. Because they've been trained with a lot of information from different domain. Okay, so this is very good though. Very good. That means you can ask it any kind of question, right? But there's one problem with this. When someone knows so many things, right? If you just ask this person, let's say ChatGPT is a person. So let's say if you ask a person a general question, of course, they were just gonna give you a general answer. Because it didn't mention that which domain or which specific information that you wanted to tell you. So you actually need to fine tune your way of asking questions so that they will narrow down the scope, find you a more specific answer from this pool of the knowledge so that you can get a more specific answer. Because if you never mention about some detail, right, they will just maybe simply grab you some information from anywhere and give you the answer in general. That's why what we're going to do here is narrow down the scope. Okay, so like I mentioned, so they're like a pool of knowledge here. So this is like a knowledge pool. Okay, knowledge pool. So if you never mention, maybe they're just going to get you the data from here, or maybe from here, from here, from here. They get the information from, anywhere to you. But now, as long as you mention some, some detail, Then maybe they will try to narrow down the scope, whereby based on the detail you provide, they will narrow down the scope so that they will find you a more specific information from within here, right? If you can give even more detail, so if we can narrow down the scope further, then they will find you the detail from a more specific area. So some more, it depends on the detail level that you provide. So the more detail you give, the more specific, area where they will find you a more specific information as a response to you. Okay, so we want to provide more detail, so to narrow down the scope. Okay, be more specific. Right. So if we want to narrow down the scope, then how should we do it? You must wonder how. So anyone know how? I mean, of course, like we mentioned just now, right? So we need to provide more details. But if we want to provide more details, what kind of details should we provide? That's I think the struggle, right? The problem with people nowadays when they're trying to find out the way to ask question, right? So what kind of details should we include in our prompt? Okay, so I'm going to introduce you this technique, okay, which is, I found it really, really useful, right, to get me this very specific answer here. Have you heard about RFID before? Of course, right? Malaysian. So who doesn't know RFID? But what is the full name of RFID? Anyone know? Without searching Google, without browsing. Yeah, so anyone know full name? Be honest, don't browse the Google. Yeah, don't ask ChatGPT as well. But anyone, if you know. Okay, all right. So we have Timothy say radio frequency identification. Yes, exactly. So thank you, Timothy. Exactly, everyone. Yeah. So RFID, radio frequency identification. Yes, Timothy, thank you so much. Yeah. So now we know another fun fact. Yeah. So every time when we go through the tools, then you'll remember this one. So radio frequency identification. So why am I mentioning this one? Because the technique that I'm gonna share with you, it's also called RFID as well. The technique that I'm gonna share with you, RFID, but not radio frequency identification, but it's raw format instruction detail. So it's also RFID. It's just that, when we talk about the full name of it, it's not radio frequency identification, but raw format instruction detail. So you're just gonna remember that every time when you wanna do some prompting, right? So you wanna write your instructions, everything. Just remember RFID, 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 RFID. So that means in your question, right? I mean, when you want to ask for some information from ChatGPT, you will first ask ChatGPT to assume a role first. Okay, so for example, okay, I want to get some marketing idea. So I will ask ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, I will write down, you as an expert marketing team leader, I will ask ChatGPT to assume itself to be an expert in that marketing domain. So that, remember just now I draw you a diagram, right? So the ChatGPT has been trained with a lot of information from different domains. So now you are narrowed down the scope now, asking ChatGPT to look for information from a marketing domain because you ask it to be a marketing expert. Assume that the ChatGPT, you ask ChatGPT to assume itself as a marketing expert who works in the industry for over 10 years. So that's your first thing you're going to write down. So that's role. Okay, it depends on what you want ChatGPT to tell you. So if you are from finance department, you want to get some financial advice, let's say. So then you're going to ask ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, you are now an expert finance consultant in the industry for 20 years already. In Malaysia. So you can do so. To mention the role. So again, why we are doing this? To narrow down the scope. Okay. So after you mention the roles already, then format. But I think I'll mention the format at the very end, right? But after the role, you usually, I would suggest you go with the instruction. So you as a, let's say, a marketing expert, please give me 3 marketing advice about da 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 da. So you write your instruction down, because usually if you don't know the technique over here, right, people will just give instruction directly. But now, aside from instruction, I need you to also put the role, format, and details as well, like extra thing in your instruction. Okay, so you give instructions, provide me travel itinerary, provide me a dietary plan, write me quotes, create ghost story, da da da. So you write your instruction. And after you wrote your instruction, then you provide some detail. So let's say now, provide me a travel itinerary. So you're gonna write some detail, like for example, I need this itinerary to include Kyoto, Kiyomizu-dera, Sanenkan, right? Osaka Castle. So you mention some detail that you wanna include. I mean, that you want a ChatGPT to know. So some context, some back-end story, so that the ChatGPT will know some idea. I mean, will be understanding the situation better and give you the response more specifically. So you're gonna give it some, story. Even if you want to tell your friend some story, you will also describe a little bit some detail first, right? Then only then you go into the key points and things like that. So you're gonna do the same thing to the ChatGPT as well. Give it some detail, give it some context, and finally you write some format requirement. So please write me this plan in table form. Please write me this the plan in point form. Because if you never mention this, most of the time by default, they're going to give you the response in paragraph. So a very long paragraph, which make it very difficult for you to read through. So if they can arrange everything in table or list down in a point form, bullet point, easier for us to understand and, interpret as well. So these are the RFID that you should have in your prompt. Okay. So maybe let me show you some example over here regarding the role. Okay, we'll do it one by one, yeah. And later on, you can open up your ChatGPT and we'll try it together about that. Okay. So first thing about the role, see, let's say now I want to write a letter, because nowadays people also use ChatGPT as well to write email, right? Email, SMS, letter. So for example, now write a small birthday letter to my colleague Gabby, let's say. So this is usually what people do. Write me a letter to, to Gabby, da da da. So a very simple and generic one. So when you have a generic prompt, then you get a generic answer. For example, here, yeah. Okay, so write me a simple letter, a birthday letter. All right, so let's say birthday letter to my colleague Gabby, right? So simple instruction. So if you go simple instruction, then so it's like a bit general. Wishing you a very happy birthday. May your day be filled with joy, laughter, and all the things that make you happiest. Da da da. Wow, very formal, very generic. So then after you got this very general response, what you usually do, you have to adjust it a little bit by yourself, isn't it? It's too general already. But if you want to get a more specific response, you can describe more. For example, here, see now, you ask the ChatGPT to act as a queen or pirate. Write a small birthday letter to my colleague Gabby. So you can see, if you ask the ChatGPT to act like someone, act like a pirate, okay? Act like a pirate. Write me a birthday letter to my colleague. Okay, so you see if we have a row here, what happened? Ahoy, Gaby. They even have this, some emoji here as well. Shiver my timbers. It be your birthday today. Make yourself be full of laughter. You see, so it's more special, isn't it? So you see now, this is the effect of like having a role, asking the ChatGPT to pretend like a, some role itself. So now, because you ask ChatGPT to act like a pirate, so the response that they give to you will be sound like a pirate. If you ask ChatGPT to behave like an expert finance advisor, so they are going to give you the response like an expert finance advisor as well. So you can simply see the difference by just looking at this pirate example. So what kind of response they're going to give to you, it depends on what kind of role do you want it to assume. Very important, right? So if you ask financial advice, you won't go and simply ask anyone, but you will feel more trusted, right, if the person is an expert in the field. So that's why we're going to apply it in our prompt as well. Okay, so this is the effect of the role. Okay, and then format. So write a small birthday. Sorry, I think I didn't change this one. But if you just look at the instructions over here, list out the popular AI model nowadays. So I think this is also very common. People, if they want to know the popular AI models nowadays, right, they just list out, list out, list out. So if you just do this one, okay, what happened? Okay, maybe I have to go with another one. Just a minute. Okay, list out popular AI model nowadays. Say list out. Oh, okay. So this is good though, because you know what? Because I've do some customization already to let my ChatGPT to always give me things in table. So that's why. But if you try in your own ChatGPT, right? So maybe most of the time they're gonna give you point form, or maybe they're gonna give you some paragraph as well. So that's why if you want to have a more readable response, make sure that you mention, okay, give me this list out the popular AI model in table form, right? So that you get some result like this that's more easy to read. Yeah. So this is format. Okay, the format. Okay, so how about this one? Everyone, let's try this. Okay, can you please open up your ChatGPT? And let's say now we want to ask ChatGPT to plan a trip to Korea. Can you try? Okay, we will try a generic prompt first. Let's try a generic prompt first. Okay, and then later on we compare a generic prompt versus a more specific prompt that we apply RFID. Okay, so it'll be better if you try with me. So I would say, plan me a 8-day trip to Korea. This is very common. Again, I saw a lot of my friends doing this as well. They just general plan me 8-day trip to Korea. So if you do this, what happened? See, this is very general, isn't it? Day 1, you arrive in Seoul, arrive at the airport, check in, evening, Then day 2, morning you go to the Gyeongbokgung, right? Bukchon, So I think this is still, very general, isn't it? Not too much information here, but very general. You got this some attractions that I mentioned in a point form, but every day you just like 3 to 4 points. Yeah, not really, too informative. So if you want to get a more specific trip itinerary, then I would advise you, maybe you can try this one. Okay. The one over here, like I mentioned. So how about this one? You can try. Okay, as an expert travel agent. So now you are talking to an expert travel agent. You can even say, as a expert travel agent working in the field for 30 years, and then having a lot of experience bringing tours to the Korea. So you can, ask the ChatGPT to pretend to be a travel agent. Narrow down the scope. Plan me an 8-day trip to Korea. Okay, this is your instruction. Remember the RFID? So we have instructions over here. We have role over here. Okay. Excuse me. Right, and then display your response in the table format. This is format. Okay, followed by the detail. So detail we have like, okay, the itinerary should include Busan, Lotte Theme Park, famous shopping street in Seoul, Pektu Mountain. So even if you're talking to a human travel agent, you also need to describe what you want, right, in a trip. So you're going to do the same thing to the ChatGPT, right? So you want these to be included in the itinerary. And most importantly, you're going to tell the ChatGPT. So when you plan the trip, right, so they must know that the participant age between 20 to 65, because some of the attraction not suitable for the elderly. Some of the attraction might be too boring for the young people. So you're going to tell them, okay, I need an itinerary that's suitable for people from all the age range, 20 to 65. Yeah, so they were not going to plan you a very extreme, itinerary that keep on going to the, the like, this kind of theme park or things like that, because there are some people at the age of 65. So you're going to tell them some background story. And then, of course, most importantly, budget. Just now, general instruction, you don't have the budget, but now here, good that you can have a budget. The budget should be around 5,000 per pax. And let me know the table in the table as well, the estimated expenses for each suggested attraction. See, these are all the detail. The more detail you provide, the more specific. Right. So you have the role, you have instruction, you have format, and you have the detail. So that's why RFID. So if we put this in our ChatGPT, see what will happen. Yeah. Let me copy this one. Okay, and then we go back to the ChatGPT. Okay, as an expert travel agent, plan me an 8-day trip. Display the response in table format. The itinerary, so it's send. So this is what I'm showing you. So I mentioned just now, right? So they're showing you the thinking process as well. So what happened in their brain when they try to come up with the respond to you. So they're doing this, they're doing that. So transparency. Okay, searching for the detail and travel cost. You just give it some time. So if you don't want to wait, you can just skip. Then they will just, show you all the response. Actually, they already have the response. They already have it. It's just that they want to show you like the process, like how they eventually come up with the result for you. Okay, so here's a practical price check 8-day Korea itinerary that cover they even give you the conversion rate as well. See? Day 1, arrive. Easy walkabout, right? Must-do attraction, free entry. So here you see, they even tell you the expenses as well, because just now we mentioned in the detail, right? So operating hours, food plan. So maybe you have to spend around $60, in this attraction, right? Local transport. Wow, right? Daily estimated, gonna spend this much for the first attraction. See, as you compare to the one you got before, which one is more specific? Definitely the later one, right? Okay, so everybody can try. You can try. So give as much detail as possible so that you don't have to keep on ask and ask and ask and ask, right? Just give everything following the RFID. Then you should be able to get a very specific response like this already. Okay, so that's the RFID that I'm gonna share with you. Okay, so Edward, if you have any questions about this RFID or any question in your mind, just let me know in the chat. Yeah, so later we have a Q&A session, so maybe you can look at your questions later. Okay, just let me know if you have any question. Right. So I will say this is the key technique that I want to share with everyone today. Right, regarding how do we prompt, how do we get a better answer from our ChatGPT. Right, always follow RFID. Okay, but of course, be careful when you're using this RFID, right? Or maybe using ChatGPT. We cannot say ChatGPT is 100% correct. No. Sometimes the information from ChatGPT, it's a made up information. by ChatGPT, because in order to answer you, they must answer you the question, right? So if they don't know how to answer, they will fake it. So this one, to be honest, I noticed it before. So there's some scenarios whereby I'm asking some very difficult questions, and then they come up with the answer for me. I verify, and it's not true. So you have to double check, and you cannot 100% trust the answer from the ChatGPT. You have to do verification, especially something related to the very important things, like maybe your money, right? Your some important thing that you cannot just simply trust. Okay. So but if you're asking about something about maybe entertainment, traveling, I think still okay, right? But don't trust everything from ChatGPT. Even last time I asked ChatGPT, hey, provide me the link and website from which you get the information from. I even asked him to, I even asked ChatGPT to include the link at the bottom as well. But when I verify the link, some of the link doesn't exist one. So you have to be careful. They can just make up the information for you, just in order to give you something. So always verify and double check. Okay, and if you already let's say subscribe to the ChatGPT, you pay monthly, and I believe that you'll be able to upload some images, some document as well. So be careful. Don't upload anything that's not supposed to upload, because whatever we upload into the ChatGPT or whatever we wrote in the ChatGPT, they're gonna take all this information and recycle it to reinforce the model in the backend. So every time when you ask question, you're actually contributing to the ChatGPT, because they are going to learn from your question. They're going to learn from the answer that they provide to you as well. So you see, now whatever you input, right, they will gonna take it, right, and recycle. So that if there's any other ChatGPT user asking the similar question, they might be using your information that you have input before to answer the other ChatGPT user. So be careful about what you put into the ChatGPT, right? So that's my advice over here regarding the how we should be careful with ChatGPT, right? Although it's very useful, but be careful. Okay, so I think that's all about my sharing here. It's a very short session, so I hope I can share with you more. Yeah, so if you are interested to know more about this, ChatGPT stuff, right, or maybe any other AI thingy, you may just contact us, right? So maybe we can have some other sessions about the AI or other topics as well. Okay, so I hope today's sharing is useful for everyone. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just feel free to drop your question down in the chat. Yeah, so, and I think that I'm just going to pass the floor back to Kosila. Yeah, so thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you so much. It was a great sharing session. I don't think I'll be able to look at RFID the same way again. My brain is just going to be like roll format instruction details every time I see it. So I have, as someone who has attended a training session regarding ChatGPT with Miss Gabby before, I actually learned like how to prompt even better. So it has, as a marketing executive, it has really helped me a lot. So if you all would like to learn how to prompt better, maybe how to know how use ChatGPT even better, you can WhatsApp us. You can find out about the class, even more details. Yeah. Okay, so if you have any questions at all regarding ChatGPT or maybe LLM models in general itself, you can drop the questions in the chat box. We can have a discussion session right now. Okay, Muhammad Aldi asked whether if we're going to provide the Google Form attendance for the webinar slides and certificate. Ms. Gabby, is it possible if you exit your slide right now, because I want Lisa to display the screen that has the attendance QR code.
Sure, Kosila.
Okay. And while waiting for that, if you all have any questions, maybe it can be regarding the prompting part, you want to ask Miss Gabby, you can do so now. Come on, don't be shy. Pop any questions that you may have. Maybe you want to ask about other AI models also. It is okay. Maybe you want to ask about Copilot, or whether if the RFID method can be also used for other AI models, you can ask that. I think they're feeling, I think they still haven't, I think they are probably feeling pretty confident after listening to you, Miss Gabby. I guess that's why the questions are not appearing, but it's okay. I have a question that I would like to ask, okay? Is that okay?
Yes,
Okay,
sure.
all right. Aside from ChatGPT, is there any other LLM that you would recommend?
Oh, yeah, very good questions, Kosila. There's actually one that I found it very convenient and very, very useful, which is the one from Google. I'm not sure whether everyone heard about Google AI Studio before. Maybe let me just, can I maybe share the screen for a little while?
Oh, yes, sure, sure, sure. No
Yeah.
worries, no worries.
Sorry. Just want to show the maybe interface of it. Just 1 second. Hmm. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so everyone can see, you can just type in the browser Google AI Studio. Here you can also do prompt like you're doing in the ChatGPT as well. You can do chat. You can just type your your instructions over here, and then the model in the backend is a Gemini. Because it's from Google, so the Gemini large language model, they are going to answer your questions just like how the ChatGPT will do. So this is of course common, but what I want to share is the stream. So this function is fantastic because when you go for stream, right, you can talk to Gemini in live. That means you can even share screen. You share screen to the Gemini and then let Gemini to just look at your screen, and then you can have like a conversation with the Gemini. Either you want to type down, you want to start talking also, regardless your input, your questions, you can type, you can talk. So Gemini will look at whatever you display on the screen to answer to your question. So you don't have to upload, you don't have to, give too much of the description. Just show the Gemini on the screen what you want to ask about. Then they will just respond based on that. So I will say, if you ask me about another LLM that I find it useful, I will say the Google AI Studio is quite good, very convenient. Okay.
Oh, okay. Wow, that seems to be on a pretty advanced scale compared to ChatGPT, since you can share screen and you have the webcam sharing and all that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Muhammad Ali has a question. How can we set ChatGPT to cite and reference our researches?
Oh, so I think you can just ask ChatGPT to include citation and reference link, citation. You can ask it to include in the response. So because remember RFID, for this for your requirement to get the citation, everything you just mention in the detail. Or maybe you can mention it as like a format lah. So you can just include in your prompt. At the end of your response, please include citation and reference link. That's it. Then they will write down that at the bottom of the response. But this one I tried before. ChatGPT citation and reference, right? From my experience, I think 60% accurate. So 60%. To be honest. So that's why you have to look for some other tools, right? Whereby they are actually meant for the research writing. There are some other services out there, right? They train their large language model to assist the researcher, so that if you go to those services, their citation and the reference will be you can say more than 90% accurate, rather than a ChatGPT. Yeah. So
Okay.
I remember there's one service, but I suddenly couldn't remember the name of the service. So maybe let me just try to recall, and if I can get it, I will maybe just let Kosila know, and maybe
Okay.
Kosila can email to Audi, right, about this one.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
There are more questions popping in right now. So the next question is, what are the differences between free and paid ChatGPT versions?
Oh, free. The one of the very obvious difference is that free version, it doesn't allow you to upload any images or document, so you can only prompt. But if you go for the paid version, you don't have to type that much. Whatever, you can just, there's an upload button. You can upload your document, your Word file, PowerPoint file, even PDF as well. You can upload, so they will be able to read through it and answer your question based on that. So that's the key difference. And I would say for the paid version, the model is more up to date. Because the free version, if I'm not wrong, they stopped updating the free version model since 2022 something. Yeah, so whatever information you got from a free version of ChatGPT, right, it's outdated. Because so if you want to ask something that happened recently, the free version won't they don't know. But if the paid version, yes, they're up to date.
Okay, okay. So that means in the end, is it better to have the paid version?
It depends on the type of question you want to ask. So if you wish to get some information, the latest information or something has changed recently, so I think a paid version will be better. But if you just want to ask some general one, it doesn't I mean, it doesn't matter the timeline or what. So I think still okay with the free version.
Okay, okay. So I hope that answers your question, Pavitran. Okay, the next one is Suryati Abdul Majid. They would like to know, there's actually a screenshot in the chat box. Maybe you can have a look at it, Miss Gabby. They asked if we turn on this option, will ChatGPT still use our data for learning?
If you check this one, then they won't use it to retrain the model, but they're still going to keep your copy of data. Your data will still be with them. So turn it on will be
Okay.
better, yes.
Okay, okay. The next one was, why do you think ChatGPT feels more conversational while Gemini and Copilot don't work that way?
You know what? Because like I mentioned, all this kind of, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, right? So they will be taking the whatever you input, whatever the user input to retrain their model. And I believe that ChatGPT has more users, and that's why everyone asking all sort of question in a formal form, in an informal form as well. So that's why, because the ChatGPT taking all this kind of input from the user and retrain. So I think that's why it might sound more conversational compared to the other two. And aside from these, and I think that the open AI also has the intention to make it more, friendly as well in terms of like how they respond. So it depends on the team behind the you know the LLM, which direction they want to go. So some they want to make the LLM to sound more professional. Yeah. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. Another one more was, is this RFID applicable to web development? RFID meaning the prompt technique, is it current?
Mm. Can. I also, because I'm also doing some programming work as well. So yeah, I also use RFID to ask ChatGPT to help me come up with the coding. Even because I'm using the company's account, right? So we are subscribing to the ChatGPT. I can even ask it to generate me a programming files directly. So I don't have to copy and paste. I can just ask it to generate, as long as I provide the RFID detail to the ChatGPT, then it's actually quite good though. I can say I just need to do slightly, some simple modification and it works. So as much detail as possible you give, you can get a pretty good, response from it for the even for web development. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Last question. Is it better to use GPT in WhatsApp instead of the app or website?
GPT in WhatsApp.
Hmm.
I don't think so. We have
Do we
GPT.
have such feature? Because I was not aware of it either.
I am in WhatsApp. Let me check.
You can integrate it, is it? Or is it like built in WhatsApp itself?
Uh, hmm, GPT, WhatsApp. Do we have that? Sorry, yeah. I don't think so. But I would say, right, GPT and WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Okay.
What is it? Hmm?
So it's already integrated along with the WhatsApp app, I suppose, because maybe it might. Okay, speaking of app, oh, international number to use it in WhatsApp. So
Ah, okay.
that means if we use our local numbers that we already have, maybe that is
Wow.
there's a sample number there. Yeah.
Wow, everyone so up to date, yeah.
Mm,
I think you see nowadays this thing, this kind of AI feature functions, they are evolving like so fast that
mm,
it's really really hard to like keep up with all the changes that happens every day, or you can even say every hours there's some new things
mm,
coming out, right? So
mm.
yeah, if of course if you say maybe that one I have to double check, and maybe we can maybe discuss it in our next session maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we ever do have a next session, I would love everyone to join in as well, and we can discuss even more. Yeah, because it was an interesting topic. It was an interesting thing that we all got to learn as well. Thank you, Mr. Mahadesh, for your question. You were the one who started it, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a great discussion session, everyone. Thank you. So that's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I definitely hope to see you all again with our next session. Most probably it's going to happen next month, so just stay tuned with our in our social media. We always update what are the webinars that we'll be having, so you can stay up to date by keeping in touch with us in our social media. Yeah. Okay. All right. I hope everyone has a really good Friday. TGIF, everybody. So have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.